Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Coming soon from Gamble Comics, BC Brute. The Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California. You ever been to California?
Once.
Okay, yeah, I used to live out there, and Anaheim was definitely a place that I frequented because I knew people that worked at Disney,
Nice.
and they could sign me in for free.
That's
the best way to go, I tell you what.
That is say free 99.
Free.
Best way to go to Disney.
100%. So, I think I've mentioned this in the past, but I always title my month's worth of planning. And so this is UK King and Bash Build. So, the show opens with an angry, frustrated, a over-the-edge Eddie Guerrero in an excellence initiative match because he is still Intercontinental Champion.
That he is.
And if he doesn't beat his opponent within 30 minutes,
Yep.
he will then give his opponent, Hugh Morris, an Intercontinental Championship match.
Oh boy.
So, throughout this contest, this very WCW contest, wrestling, so this California crowd is loving how unhinged Eddie is being.
Yeah, the big fans of Savages down in California.
And so my thing is, Southern California is so very, it's like Eddie's not from there, but they relate to his attitude.
Machismo.
There we go. Oh, I love machismo. You know, that reminds me of a not Hispanic wrestler who convinced us all that he was.
He finessed me.
Yeah, I saw this funny meme earlier that said, the reason I have trust issues is because when I was growing up, I believed Ramon was Hispanic and Yokozuna was Japanese.
I've been lied to my whole life.
So, Eddie wins. I don't know when, but we don't get anywhere near the 30-minute mark because he doesn't allow the Laughing Man to get one over on him.
Damn, what a bully.
So, I know for a fact that Hugh isn't active much longer. So I actually remember now what I do for a lot of people's exit interview. Because it felt right, and I'll just spoil it because who cares. The spoiler is this. When Bill Goldberg comes out for a match, Bill Goldberg wins the match.
Lol.
And so, exactly, lol. So, if you already know the person that he is going to wrestle is going to lose, then you might as well have it be a person who's leaving the company. And so I do that multiple times throughout the year where I'm like, oh, this is your last appearance? Guess who you're wrestling tonight?
Guess who you're getting fed to?
But yeah, this is a way.
Shit, at least I have killed my guys. Shit.
Well, my thing is, the importance of this match is, so we were talking in your Raw about how Rhino has that build to him. Well, Hugh Morris has also had that build to him where he's got stature, right? Not height, but you know.
But he's wide.
He's wide, yeah. And that's part of what makes Eddie's dominance in this match so impressive is because Eddie's never exactly been
a big guy.
Exactly. But him and Savage, there are a couple others too. But him and Savage especially, I think, carried themselves. Neville's a great shout. Pac.
Sorry, Pac.
They're great at carrying themselves bigger than they are, is the point.
Rhea Ripley does that really well, too.
Oh, yeah, dude. She is so good at making you think she is like 6'6".
Yeah. So literally when I first saw her, I'm like, okay, so this woman's clearly like 6'6", like probably, I don't know, 200 pounds, something like that. And then like I like see her like without her like boots on and standing next to someone I know is actually 6'6", and I'm like, oh my god, she's like 5'8".
Exactly, yeah.
It throws off everything.
But again, that's the aura that these characters can give off, and that's always what I've thought was the crux of larger than life. Is it? You don't have to be Andre the Giant, but
you don't have to literally be larger than life.
Correct. Yes, just the perception.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, we open strong with Eddie doing big work. So up next is a trio of gentlemen who were in our last show's main event. That being the NPAA of Rodney Mack, Farouk, and Bradshaw. So as they make their way out with Teddy Long, they're extra vigilant. They are eyes in the back of their head. Their necks are on a swivel. They are trying to make sure none of these masked men let them get got.
Let them get got.
Or, whatever.
I know what you mean.
And so, so I always want to give it a little twist, right? So this time, it isn't a member of the NPAA who gets jumped, but rather their opponents, that being the Iron Addicts, get jumped by not one, not two, but three hooded figures. And so, as the hooded figures throw Vascular Val into the ring,
Vascular Val.
Bradshaw hits a clothesline from hell and gets a blink and you'll miss it victory. 1, 2, 3.
Is that the quickest win in AEW history at this
Probably, because like it's in the ring, ding ding, bang over. So it's probably like a 6-second match, 8-second match, something like that. But it's all the smoke and mirrors leading up to it, and we'll even have Farouk and Rodney along with JBL rolling out of the ring, going after the hooded figures to end the segment. But they have no luck at getting their hands on whomever's been a thorn in their side.
They're unfortunately not track athletes. That's a crying shame.
I like that. So, we get the Chronicles of the Federation. So,
like that.
This is a look back over the last 3 weeks of where Nunzio, Dupree, and Sylvan have been, and all of the epic celebrations they have done with their Team Extreme Tornado Championships.
Really on brand. I'm sure they had an Italian celebration.
Yeah, they did.
French, Canadian.
They did. And in the final segment, they are already in the United Kingdom in advance of the King of the Ring this weekend.
Always like a team that's prepared.
Yes. And so they are touting how that Nunzio is... Okay, I gotta take that back.
Just kidding.
Only Dupree and Sylvan are in the UK.
Okay.
They are touting how that when Nunzio meets them there this weekend, he will have advanced to the King of the Ring finals. That's why he's not with them. But every other piece of the puzzle was them together. They flew in advance to get it ready for their leader, their guiding force. Basically,
the shooting star, the North Star.
It's a fun package, is the point of the story, right?
Have a good time.
They're having a good time. And so the package ends with Sylvan and Dupree saying how Nunzio will defeat Hulk Hogan tonight in the King of the Ring tournament.
Nice. Can't wait to see that.
If only they were correct. So up next, Tajiri makes his way out to the ring.
I love me some Tajiri.
I have bad news. It's not going to go so good for him.
Dang it.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But Tajiri makes his way out to the ring, and before his opponent can come out, we hear his music and we see the security pounding at the door. But the people who actually walk through the staging are Matt Hardy, Shannon Moore, and Crash Holly. And so the reason that they're out here is because Matt Hardy believes Bill could make a very good Mattitude follower.
You know what? I agree with that. I can see it.
And so Matt Hardy has the perception, he's like, I could really take this Bill fella places.
Yeah. Take that kid to the next level.
Exactly.
He needs some experience.
And so Matt Hardy and his Mattitude followers watch on as Bill Goldberg defeats Tajiri in a Bill Goldberg match,
Yeah, I've seen one of those. One or two.
And so this It's a fun little segment that the Manitou followers liven up, but it's every Bill Goldberg match you've ever seen. You know, he eats the kicks from Tajiri, kicks him back, he spear, jackhammer, yada yada. But here comes a match that is not like every match you see. It's not all of them. It's not copy paste. This is technician among technicians, headstrong Jamie Noble, who for the first time in I'm gonna say a month,
Yeah.
does not come out advertising his woes, but is laying it all to bear. He is here to take out King William, just like he did at WrestleMania 19. And again, he's not putting a target on his shoulder. He's not saying, "Oh, aim for my ribs." No, he's probably still hurt from that Brock Lesnar match.
Not probably. He's still hurt.
He's certainly still hurt from Test knocking his head off. He's certainly not doing well from going out from Lance Storm.
He's had a couple tough weeks.
Put him in that Regal stretch. But like I said, he's not advertising his injuries.
That's right. So you never know where he's hurt.
But when King William comes to the ring, well, he does what he always does, and he doesn't come alone. And so
I'm shocked.
King William, who didn't win King of the Ring, mind you, but named himself King nonetheless. Last year, that is.
Oh, yeah, right. I did forget.
Yeah, so he named himself that because Brock didn't take the title. And so he's like, if it's available, I got it.
I'm about to say, oh, that's me.
And so on the outside, Rook Nowinski, Knight Test, and Bishop Storm, along with Queen Terry, all take a side of the ring. And anytime that Jamie Noble is working his way to the ropes, let's say, for instance, Regal has a cravat on Noble.
Okay.
Terry will step up on the apron, and then Lance will kick Jamie in the head as he's working his way to the ropes. Now they're down on the mat. So, okay, so now we're in a half crab. Jamie's working his way to the ropes. Then Nowinski hops up. Test then pokes him in the eyes. You know, that kind of thing. It's like, it's nothing but dirty, no good tactics.
I can't believe this from my king.
And then, I know, right? And then in the end, King William does win. And because I want to put him over strong, last time I had Jamie pass out to the Regal stretch. This time, Jamie taps out. He gives up.
It makes sense. I mean, as great as a technician as Lance Storm is, you would never execute the Regal stretch better than William Regal.
Correct.
It makes sense.
And it's a way to set things apart. It's a way to make it stand out. And so, the thing about this is the Iron Addicts aren't around to come check on Jamie. They all got jumped earlier.
Yeah, I'm about to say, those poor sons.
There's really nobody to be there for Jamie in this time of need. I mean, he's pseudo been recruited by the BFG a little, but not really. He's just on hard times. And so the Regal counter threat stay out at ringside being all celebratory. They actually stay out for the next two segments. One is Matt Cappotelli taking on Zach Gowen because Rook Nowinski ensures that Matt Cappotelli takes his first loss here against Cruiserweight Champion because Rook Nowinski doesn't like that Matt Cappotelli has outshone him by both winning Tough Enough and then defeating him in his debut match.
Piece of crap. Yeah.
And so, again, as much as I do plan on giving Rook Nowinski his credit, there you go, I also know that he's so good at being a heel that I can't turn him face. The only time he's going to get a good guy reaction is the day that he has to give it up. Because up until then, he's just so good at being bad. And so the reason that King William and Queen Terry stay out, I'm going to go ahead and let Bishop and Knight take off with the Rook after he got his successful...
Absolutely. He did his job for the night.
Yes, exactly.
Take the showers and whatnot.
So the reason that the King and the Queen stay out here for this semi-main event is because Nunzio is taking on Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And... So
the Hollywood version?
Well, it's the black beard, the red and yellow, it's that merged version. It's the 0203.
Gotcha. Super Hogan.
Correct. And so that's exactly what he does. He big boots, he leg drops. It's Hogan taking out Nunzio. Again, he's champion right now. He can take the loss. Hogan's not going over anyway, so it's fine that he advances because he's not a king. And William Regal emphasizes that to him. He's like, you may have beaten this commoner, but you will not beat King William.
That's a bar right there.
At the King of the Ring. And so in the main event segment, as the go home for Smackdown en route to the King of the Ring, we have two things. One, California's own Rey Mysterio defending the television championship against not quite a giant like A-Train or Nathan Jones or the Big Show, but a genetic freak in Scott Steiner.
I was about to say, this is a regular heavyweight instead of a super heavyweight. Nope, no super
It's
heavyweight.
Still super heavyweight. But the important thing about this match and this victory is, I did say it's this show, this month is called Build to the Bash. So after Rey Mysterio retains his television title, another massive man comes down and looks him eye to eye. That being Brock Lesnar.
God, that's a large individual.
And so Paul Heyman happily smiles and says, champion, Rey Mysterio, meet undisputed champion, Brock Lesnar. And Rey raises his title, Brock raises his title, and Paul says, bash at the beach. Yeah. Now, granted, that's not the next show. Next show is King of the Ring, but it's important because
that's the future.
You know, we got to get them pay-per-view buys in all of the world.
As dominant as Rey's been, he deserves that damn world title.
Well, and that's the real reason why I've had him take on so many big guys, whether it be Bradshaw or Steiner or Big Show, all these guys, because I knew he was taking on Brock, and it was like, well,
yeah, that's a large human being.
Well, and it's also funny because Rey is similar in size, maybe a touch smaller, but similar in size to Brock's most recent SmackDown challenger, that being Jamie Noble.
Young Jamie, of course.
And so, yeah.
It's going to be fun.
It all makes sense, which is an important thing.
All comes back around. See you for King of the Ring.